Hi, everyone. I think there's 3 of you, or might be me, including me, so it might just be 2 of you. I'm hoping this is working this time. Okay, so could you... Oh, Cheryl says hello. Hi, Cheryl. Fantastic. Great, and you can see me fine. I hope you don't mind that I just do a quick, especially with you, Cheryl, and Jupiter. I presume that's... Oh, yay. Great, Fiona and Matt. Fantastic. So Jupiter must be Darcy, is my guess. Oh, Kiska's here too. Yay. Hi, Kiska. It's great. It's so nice seeing you guys here. Oh, Eve is here and Ash. Goodness me. That's really nice. That's lovely. Thanks, Darcy, about my outfit. Okay, and it's a little bit crooked. Thank you for being my guinea pigs. It's really hard. Last week, anyway, won't talk about last week. Last week's a bad memory. Okay, great. Thanks, Fiona. Apparently, look great. It's going to be a lead class. So unfortunately, I can't obviously come over and kind of tweak you and stuff. But I'm going to keep it quite gentle. So hopefully that suits you all. So a bit like if you've tried my 55-minute one, that first one that I put up, probably quite similar to that. So like quite a gentle class. Great. Should we just start? I think that's what we're going to do. Make sure my phone's turned off. Everything's nice and quiet. So let's start in our comfortable seated position. I often start in this position, Sukhasana. Sometimes I start lying down, but I actually really like to start in the kind of meditation, the classic meditation posture. If you feel like you need to, grab a blanket if you've got one and pop it under your bottom, under your sit bones, or a block. So I've got just those couple of things here, basically. I haven't brought a strap with me, and that's just because I forgot. But we are going to be doing the Janu Shavasana sequence. So you might want to find a strap or a belt or anything. So make sure you've got that handy, because we'll be doing that towards the end. So let's start by finding our own kind of quiet inside. So if there's been any rushing around, I know that I've been rushing this morning, so it's really lovely to just take a moment to rest, just be here in stillness. And while we're sitting here, making sure you're comfortable in your seated position, while we're sitting here, just check in with yourself and see how you're feeling. So it might be that you haven't might not be able to immediately go on to a kind of emotional level. It might just be resting your mind and really noticing where your thoughts are going. And you can follow me if you wish to by putting one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly, just below your belly button, your navel. And this really kind of helps stabilize the chest area and the belly, the two kind of main points of breath, where we breathe into our torso. And we can start by breathing deeply into the belly and exhaling, allowing the belly to dip back towards the spine, just gently moving back towards the spine. Breathing in, expanding the chest, and gently allowing the chest to move back, soften back towards your spine. Breathing in with the belly, softening the belly on the exhale. Breathing in through the chest, softening on the exhale. And with every inhale, we're doing this alternate breathing. So it's like we're breathing in through the belly and then allowing the belly to move back towards the spine, and then breathing in, opening, expanding the chest, and then allowing the softening back towards the spine. So as we alternate our breath here like this, start to really soften the shoulders, soften your face muscles. And on every inhale, as you expand either your belly or your chest, you're lifting up through the crown of the head and feeling that elongation moving from the base of the spine right up through your lumbar spine and your thoracic spine, and then up through your cervical spine, your neck, and feeling the lifting through the crown of the head. So you can imagine a golden thread gently lifting on the inhale. And on the exhale, as you soften your belly or your chest back towards your spine, just soften, allow the relaxation. You're also softening your shoulders and your face and your elbows, your knees, any area that doesn't need to be engaged right now. There's a softening. Breathing in, belly, exhale, softening the belly. So you might be in slightly different time for me now because I've done a lot of talking. But so if you're breathing differently from me, that's fine. So just alternate, whether it's chest or the belly. Remembering your breath is through your nose. So generally in yoga, we breathe inhaling and exhaling through our nose. And you can, sometimes we might exhale through the mouth, but you can engage your ujjayi breath if you know it. So that's a throaty breath. So if you're slightly constricting the back of the throat, it's a bit like the tongue falls back towards your throat. And it's a bit like a snore, or like the gentle waves on the ocean. You can really feel this. It's quite audible. Wonderful breath seeing us through a yoga practice. And then we'll release this breath now. Just come back to a steady, gentle, full breath. So your whole area, your whole torso area is expanding on the inhale and softening on the exhale. Let's bring our hands into Namaste at the heart. And we can start our physical practice by chanting the Om mantra 3 times together. So I won't be able to hear you, but I know you're there. So breathing in together. Bring the hands up to the third eye area. Taking a moment here, resting, really tapping into your intuition, your place of all-knowing. And then back down to the heart, Anahata, where we connect with all living beings in the whole planet. Our place of love and connection with everyone and everything, including ourselves. gently bring the hands down to the knees. So if you're feeling like you've been sitting for a while, please feel free to come up onto your knees and have a little rock around, anything like that. So there's no kind of, this isn't an endurance exercise. So if you need to move about, that's fine. If you are, come back into sit cross-legged if you can, if that's how you're sitting. It might be kneeling, but this opens up the pelvis a little bit more. So we're having our hands on the knees and we're bringing in Brahmanaka. So this is, I'm borrowing the next few exercises from Kundalini yoga. So it's really about rising the energy up through the body from the base of the spine up through the crown chakra. So we are coming into a wonderful exercise for the root chakra, Muladhara. So feeling your sit bones, feeling yourself grounded on the mat, on the earth, and mat symbolizing the earth. And we can start to move gently. So inhaling forward. You can use your ujjayi breath, the breath that we were doing before, which is the throaty breath, like the ocean, or like a gentle snoring sound. Inhaling forward and exhaling back. Inhale forward and exhale back. So the gentle rocking. Rotating around. What's happening is your knees are staying fairly still and your sit bones are staying fairly still. So you're not kind of lifting them up at all. If you find you're lifting them up, it means that you're moving around a little bit too much. So you're moving, your rotations are a little bit too big. So while we're moving gently in Brahmanaka, really feeling into your Muladhara, your root chakra, and recognizing that this is the place of home and security. It's our anchor to the earth. So feeling stable, the feeling of stability is so important with this area, this chakra, this energy center. So inhale forward, and then we're going to go in the other direction. So keeping this part of the practice, this waking up, beginnings, this slow moving part of the practice. So keeping it lovely and slow. So we're just doing a really gentle warm up. If you feel really energized, you've been up for hours and you feel quite energized, you can move slightly faster if it's just how it's what you need this morning. That's okay, but I'm going to be doing it quite slowly. It's actually kind of it's a form of meditation. So really checking in with your base chakra, seeing how you feel. You might actually find that if you're moving up to through these chakras, you might even feel like there's an area that feels a bit stuck, or you feel a bit emotional about it. So, and that's totally normal as well, and completely welcome and fine. So inhale forward, exhale back. So this is the other direction. I'm hoping you all heard me say that. And these exercises can be practiced with your eyes closed if you wish to, or just a soft eye gaze if you want your eyes open. Your neck is an extension of your spine, so you're not moving your neck massively around. You can still feel that kind of like lifting from the crown of the head. So it's like you're drawing a circle on the ceiling or the sky above you. And then bringing yourself gently back to stillness. So the way we're going to do that is by spiraling inwards, so that you're decreasing the circle really slowly until you're sitting with your heart resting over your pelvis and your crown resting over your heart. And then we're coming into seated cat. So this is the flowing motion where you inhale forwards and you exhale back with your hands on your knees still. Inhale forwards and exhale back. And again, if you feel like you've been sitting for too long, then you can move about at any point. So you can stretch out your legs, find a more comfortable way of sitting, anything like that. So everyone's body is completely different. So this area, we're moving up to Shavasana, which is the sacral chakra. So you're moving your sacrum forwards and backwards. You're gently just moving the sacrum. Whereas the base chakra, the root chakra rather, was about earth. Here we're bringing, this is water. So the area is connected to your kidneys and your reproductive organs. So sensuality, emotions, sexuality, creativity. So feeling the flowing of the body here. So it's everything's, the feeling is that like everything's flowing and nothing is stuck. You can just really enjoy this flexion and extension of the spine in this way. And it's a really beautiful, on a physical level, it's a beautiful way of waking up your spine in the morning. I love, to be honest, I do these in the morning. These ones are my first. What I do, I basically do it every morning. These ones, because they're just a lovely way of waking up, and you're kind of getting your vertebrae and the spinal fluid really rocking and it's kind of warming it up. Don't know if you won't be physically actually warming it up, but it would be the same temperature, but it's that kind of like getting it all flowing and moving. Inhale forward, exhale back. And here you can round your shoulders a little bit as you go back and then open them up a little bit as you go forward. The neck can move slightly. And we'll start to decrease our rocking. So just in smaller and smaller. And start to slow down to the point where your heart begins to rest over your pelvis and your crown. Your head is resting over your heart. And then resting down. Okay, lovely, wonderful. Great. So we're moving into fire. So this is Manipura. This is the fire center. So yours is your place of action and drive and passion and getting stuff done. So really feel into this area, and we'll bring up the hands so that they're reaching above the head, and then you're pointing your index fingers, you're clasping the rest of your hands and moving gently from side to side with the breath. So now this is fire, so your breath can become stronger. Exhaling deeply through your nose. I'm inhaling one side and exhaling the other side. You can slow down, so if you want to, so that you're inhaling as you come up and exhale over. Inhale as you come up and exhale over, and that slows it down. See how much slower it is. Inhale, stretch up, exhale down. Or you can do what I was doing at the beginning, which is one full breath goes either side. So see how you are today with it. You might really want to be waking up by now. Be thinking, right, let's get on with it. This is my fire. If it's too much for your arms, because your arms are actually quite, you know, if it's too much for your arms, you just release them down occasionally, and you can just rock from side to side with your arms down like this. Or if you're finding you can't have them by your ears, you might have to just do this. If you can have them up by the ears, that's great, but it obviously is quite strong. So keeping your neck nice and loose. So making sure we're not tensing up any other area of our body. And then gently releasing. So what we're doing is reducing the movement so that we're coming a little bit, just a little bit less each time, until, if you can imagine, we were making a line across the ceiling or the sky. Now we're coming just to a dot. And then we're releasing down. Lovely. Okay, so you might stretch out your shoulders one way and then the other way, just release them down. And the next one is actually is also holding the arms up. So if you find it's too much, you can bring your arms down like this. But if you can, you've got your upper arms parallel with the mat. In Kundalini, I mean, they do this for like half an hour and stuff, like 10 minutes, half an hour. So it's a little bit mad, but we're not doing that, luckily. So feeling the lifting from the base of the spine right up through the crown of the head. And again, of course, don't forget you can ease out your legs. And this one, heart chakra. So I'm kind of using this one. This is the choice of mine to use this one for the heart chakra. So we're kind of anahata, the heart, and using your breath. Nice, strong breath through the nose. Eyes closed or gentle gaze. And again, with the breath, you can do inhale forward, exhale to the side, inhale forward, exhale to the side, but it's actually a bit harder on this one. So I do the full kind of one breath takes you both ways. So it's inhale, exhale. And anahata it's the chakra that bridges us. So it bridges the lower chakras, the kind of the base chakras, and the higher chakras. And it's a place that connects us, as I said earlier, when we had our Hanzo Namaste. It's the place that really we're connecting with all beings on this planet and the planet itself. So keeping your breath steady, making sure you're not hurting your lower back at all. So if there's any kind of, take a break if it's just too much. You don't have to do anything that I'm doing. Listening to your body. And then gently releasing the movement. So we're just really gently releasing and bringing the hands down. It might be quite strong on your shoulders. So rotating the shoulders back and then rotating the shoulders forwards. And lifting up your shoulders. And again, don't feel free to change your seating position if you need to. I think I need to now. So lift up your shoulders and then the right goes forward and the left goes back. The right forward and the left back. And then lifting up again, the left forward and the right back. And then bringing our focus, let's just bring our focus as we do some stretches. Bring our focus to Vishuddhi, which is your throat chakra. And we'll focus just a moment on the neck, just moving the neck from side to side. So your throat chakra is your place of communication. And you're kind of, sometimes it can be seen as you're kind of standing in the world in a way, in the way that you can be heard. heard and seen. So if you notice constriction in your throat and not being able to really, not being able to, can affect your speech. You can, like, my dad actually even lost his voice, really, and it's to do with just holding yourself back and not being able to fully express where you're coming from. Might be, and it sometimes, I don't know about you, but for me it can be really subconscious. So it's something that I don't even know how to change it. But just things like this, just having an awareness with our yoga practice, having an awareness of how we are and being kind to ourselves and giving ourselves a big hug while we're practicing yoga. Really loving ourselves in all areas and noticing any kind of weak areas, like might be throat. For me, it's definitely sometimes throat, and expressing ourselves, expressing myself. Okay, and then bringing the head gently from one side to the other, so that your ear is going over the whole time. So even with the other one, I had a soft, my shoulders relaxed. No, they're not near my ears. Gently bringing your one ear over to the shoulder on that same side. So I'm hoping you're hearing me okay, actually. That's something that I can't tell. So hopefully it's fine. Okay, great. And then lifting up the head. And we'll take our focus as we do a neck roll, we'll take our focus to our third eye. So this is ajna, which is your all-seeing, all-knowing. So you might have like some constriction in your throat sometimes with the shuddhi, or feeling like, it's your communication and your voice in the world. But when we come to ajna, it really is it's your all-knowing. It's the part of yourself that is actually kind of above that, like actually it's all-seeing, all-knowing. It's your intuition, your true kind of like, that instinct that you have that that what you're doing is right for you, or what you kind of like know if something's kind of going in the right direction or not, or you feel like you're kind of where you're conducting your life is right for you. That, and it's you're all seeing, and it's not even, it might even be broader than that. So you're really beginning, that this is the point where you're really beginning to connect. You're moving up from this heart connection to communication connection, and really like your space in the world, and then coming up to really like higher level connection here. Okay, so tapping into that place of intuition, and then looking down at your knees, moving the head around, bringing your third eye up towards the sky, moving your third eye down again towards the knees. So you're rotating, you're taking your neck rotations with a real focus on ajna. And making sure that when you rotate your neck, that you're not putting any tension into the back of the neck. So you might not even be putting your neck back. In fact, it's probably safer not to. Go in the other way. So I've changed direction. So it's basically 3 on either side. So focusing on your third eye, lifting up towards the sky. And however many you've done on either side, whether it's 2, 3, or 4, bringing yourself, having a little look down at your knees again, and then up, lifting up. Wonderful. And of course, how can we acknowledge our crown chakra? So this Sahasrara is the connection to every single atom on this planet and the whole universe. So the whole, just everything. I'm not scientific enough to remember what comes first, universe, galaxy. I can't remember. I think the universe is the universal consciousness. So the full connection with every being. I mean, just the whole lot. So we'll just open up our arms, lift into Namaste. Exhale, open up. Inhale, Namaste. Exhale, open. So this is Prana Mudra as we open up. So it's the energy mudra. Really noticing, or even if we don't really notice it because it's so deeply profound, just recognizing and acknowledging that we're all connected. We're all completely equal to every single atom on this planet. In this whole galaxy, this whole universe. On every plane. So we're as pure as if we were before we are born, and as pure as after we have died. Bring your hands to the heart center, and then gently bring the hands above the head, and then gently bring the hands down to the heart center. Bring the hands to the forehead. And thank you for this gentle warm up of the chakras. It's wonderful. So thank you. That was a lovely long warm up, including the chakras. So we're going to bring ourselves forward now and coming into bring a bit of physicality in now. So we're coming onto all fours. Coming up. Lovely and strong. Then bring the hands to the heart center. Remember, you can have your knee down if you need to. And then bringing up the hands in Prana Mudra. Lovely, strong, deep breaths. The back leg, if you notice my back leg is quite strong. It's fairly straight. And your knee is over your ankle. That's if you're up. If you're down, be like this. Still lovely. Then bring the hands back down to the heart. And then either up, you can still do this up, or you can have it down. You can place your left hand down and the right hand up, like this. And then bringing the hand back down and then lifting up. So we're going to go on to the other side. So bringing yourself back into downward dog, lifting up the left leg. Open up the knee so that you're opening up the hip and the knee is pointing towards the side of the room and the heel is back towards the buttocks. And then bringing your leg forward, you're either coming down here like this, or you're going to come up into the full lunge. So bringing the hands to the heart center, looking straight ahead, and then lifting up into Prana Mudra, really straight. So if you see my back leg, I'm really, the kind of energy is coming out through the back heel. So it's really lovely and strong. The knee is over the ankle. Really nice, strong leg. Remember, you can be having yours down and then bringing the hands back to the heart. And then coming back down. So we're going to place the right hand down. So either you've got your back leg up and your left hand is stretching up, or you've got your knee down. Taking some lovely strong breaths here. And then your hands back down to meet your foot. And then bringing yourself back into downward dog. And gently walking, really, really gently walk the feet towards the hands, up at the front, and just hanging here. So you're in Uttanasana now. Just hanging gently in Uttanasana, letting yourself move from side to side. Lifting up through the arches of your feet and rolling up. Until you come up into Tadasana. So the roll can be as taking as long as you need to go rolling up. So your hands can be hip width apart. Bring the hands to Namaste at the heart center. Connecting for a moment with your heart, with your center. So just taking a moment to center yourself. And then let's bring ourselves into the tree posture. So we'll start by just lifting our right leg up and really planting through the left leg. And then gently open the right leg and place, lifting up. Right leg, opening up the leg and placing down. Lifting up, opening and placing down. Opening and placing down. Lovely. Okay, let's go straight to the other side before we start the tree posture, Vrikshasana. So plant the the right leg. Lift up your left leg, open up and place down. Remember, your core muscles, your abdominal muscles and this band of muscle around here will be helping you to stay stable. So your hips will stay stable. Obviously down and then placing down. So you're keeping your hips nice and stable as you open up your hip. That's why having the hands on the hips are quite helpful actually. And placing down one more time. Lifting up, opening up, and placing down. Fantastic. Okay, let's plant the left leg, lift up the right leg and come to anywhere that feels comfortable. So you're going to be putting it either on your tiptoes just near your ankle or your calf, or you can come right up into your hip or into your groin there if you can. So bring it up to the top of your leg. But what we're not doing is into your knee. So making sure you're not putting any pressure on your knee. So just coming up as far as is comfortable for you. Hands at the heart. So the tree posture or any balances, vrikshasana, really important to keep strong tummy muscles. So it will really help if you lift up your pelvic floor as well. Taking nice deep breaths. And then lifting up to Prana Mudra, energy mudra if you can, if you've got the balance. So using a drishti, an eye gaze, to focus yourself. So your eye gaze will be just keeping your focus. So make sure you pick something that's steady. And bring your hands over top of the head and then down through the centers back to the heart. Keeping this knee lovely and open. And then releasing down. Fantastic. Okay, you can have a little pad out. If you notice you've got any standing foot, maybe it's a bit clicky. Oh, yeah, definitely. Okay, now planting the right leg and coming wherever you want to come. So it's just wherever feels, if you're balanced, you're feeling a bit out of balance at the moment, you can actually just put your foot down here and that's perfectly fine. And still holding in your tummy muscles and on this area. Otherwise onto the calf, avoiding the knee, and then all coming up, right up to the top of the leg, into the thigh. Holding your hands at the heart center. So you're really imagining your tree, a strong tree. Feeling the lifting through the crown of the head. Imagining that golden thread again that we spoke about earlier. Lifting. And gently bringing your hands up into the branches of the tree. You can't see that so well, but the branches of the tree above the head. And over the top of the head, and then bringing down to the heart. And you can release down, and then releasing the leg down. Have a little shake out or pat out the legs. Circle around your ankles. Fantastic, lovely, nice. Okay, so let's bring ourselves down. We'll bring the feet together and then lift up onto tiptoes and then bring your arms outstretched and then coming down on tiptoes into a little egg. Just hovering here on your toes, softening your shoulders, just giving yourself a lovely hug while balancing, and then gently bring yourself back down onto the mat. That's great. Okay, so we're going to come into a couple of forward folds. So this is Baddha Konasana, and then we'll go into Janu Shirshasana. So holding your feet, either you can, I'm going to give you two options. So either you can hold your feet here and bring them closer to your pelvis, as close to your pelvis as you can. And so that you're really stretching the inner thigh around your pelvis, and you're bringing yourself forward. So that's one option. Inhaling through the crown of the head and gently softening forward into that posture. Or you are bringing your out a little bit more like a diamond, with your feet a bit more open like a book. And it's actually stretching it will stretch a bit inside, but it's actually stretching your lumbar area a little bit more. So it comes down the backs of your thighs a little bit more, around your the muscles around your lower back. So inhaling up and exhaling forward, and you'll find you can probably go a bit further forward. So it's more of a forward fold and less of an inner hip opener. So gently relaxing. So whichever way you're in, whether you're up here in this closer kind of butterfly or down here more in diamond, just see how it is for you. See which feels like the way you want to be stretching, the place you want to be stretching this morning. So remembering we're lifting, lengthening through the crown of the head, and exhale the softening. So when you exhale, you're softening, really allowing your head just to go as far forward as it can and wants to. For me, when I'm in the diamond version of Baddha Konasana, I'm much lower down, which is not necessarily better or anything than if I'm in the kind of butterfly version, because actually it's much stronger for me, the butterfly one in the inner side of my leg and the side of my thighs. So lovely deep breaths. Remember the lengthening on the inhale and the softening on the exhale. And then gently on the exhale, bring yourself back up, closing your legs. And we're going to come into Janu Shavasana. So bring in your left knee into your inner thigh, to your groin area. And then you to start with, actually, we're going to move our focus over the left knee. So turn towards the left knee, bring your right hand so that it's clasping either a strap. Don't forget you can use a strap or a belt or a scarf or something here, or your thigh or your shin, or your foot. So you're going to be taking hold of something, and then lifting up the left hand and bringing yourself over in a C shape. So gentle, steady breaths. Oh, really breathing into the left side of your body. So when you exhale, softening the left side. Really lovely. And then bringing yourself back up, gently up, and then place your focus, your drishti toe. So we're coming into the Janu Shavasana traditional posture. So Janu is knee and Shirsha's head, so knee to head. You might not be getting quite there, but that doesn't matter. We don't need to do that. So inhale, lift through top of the head. Exhale, gently bring yourself forward. Oh, and with the breath. So inhaling, lengthening, exhale, softening again, of course. Strap, shin, floor, foot. Keeping your eye gaze at your big toe as you begin to move down. Stretching out the back of you. Really great for hamstrings, this stretch. Inhale, lifting through the crown, and then exhale, bringing yourself back up. And we'll gently come into the twist version. So we're bringing the right hand over to the right side. Inhaling and exhaling, find somewhere on the foot. So it will be, or the shin, of course, or the strap. So your left hand is now on the outside of your foot, strap or shin. And you're levering yourself slightly around, just really gently. So it's a stretch, and it'll be stretching you here. Looking out over your right hand that way to your right side. Lovely, long, deep breaths. Really feeling into the twist. So the breath will be softening you more into the twist. Exhaling yourself back up and then planting the left hand down, planting down your right foot and your left knee, and then lifting up into stargazer. So you're allowing yourself to have a stretch, actually stretching this side, the right side this time. Stretching up and then bringing yourself back down. Fantastic. Okay. And then let's stretch out the left leg. So you can always go, just go a little bit slower if it's a little bit fast for you. If you kind of know what you're doing, you can take it a little bit slower. And we're going to be looking over the right knee. So with all of these things, you're just finding what's right for you in these exercises. So any of this practice, just find what feels good for you. Okay. So bringing your left hand somewhere on the foot shin strap, bringing your right hand up, exhaling over. Taking lovely deep breaths into your side stretch. So this is stretching your right hand side of your body. Nice deep breaths. Your eye gaze can either just be straight ahead or down, or you can, if it feels okay, you can have it up at your hand or your lower arm. Gives you a bit more of a kind of stronger focus. That gets called Hasta Drishti. Hasta is your hand. Okay, so looking at your big toe, turning towards your big toe. So this is Pada Drishti. So big toe, Drishti being your eye gaze. And we're going to gently bring ourselves forward. It's nice. Remember, shin, strap, foot, even the floor, the mat. Taking lovely deep breaths. Inhaling through the crown of the head, exhaling forward. Inhaling and then exhaling. It might be that your head goes to your knee, but it's not really that important. I think that eye gaze to your big toe is a really good focus. So you're not feeling like you're having to go forward. You're keeping the eye gaze strong. Your drishti is strong and the focus is strong. Inhaling, lifting through crown of the head. Bringing yourself back up. And then coming into the twist. So placing your left hand down on by your left side, lifting up your right hand and taking hold of your foot, the outside edge of your foot, shin or strap. Lifting through the crown, and eye gaze is going over towards your left hand. Hasta Drishti. Again, lovely deep breath. So the twist, of course, is stretching out around about here on your right side. Nice, strong, deep breaths. And then lifting, freeing yourself back up, placing your right hand down, coming up onto your right knee and lifting, stretching up. So you're stretching your left side of your body. The foot, your left foot is kind of flat on the floor as much as possible. And your right foot is kind of facing a little bit backwards. It kind of goes back a bit. So it's a lovely stretch up, and then bringing yourself back down. Stargazer. It's always a nice one, isn't it? I like Stargazer. Okay, so bring yourself forward. If you're tall, that strong stretch. I mean, for me, that's strong stretch. So you can just kind of like release yourself in any way. So you can come ready to lie down onto the mat. Let's make sure the time we've got time for a nice Shavasana. So we'll bring ourselves down onto the mat and just have a little rock from side to side. So rocking out your hips. Your knees will be going from one side to the other. So feeling when you rock your knees from one side to the other, you're lifting up your pelvic floor and your hips, so that if you have quite a bit of an accentuated lordosis, like a bit of curvature in the back in your lumbar spine, so basically there's a gap when you lie down. If you just allow yourselves as you rock for that to close that gap, so your tummy is lifting in, you'll be giving your back a lovely massage and also helping strengthening your abdominal muscles, which is always a good thing to do, which really helps support your back. Rocking from side to side. If you've got room, I haven't really got room, but you can have your arms out to a T as well. And you can rock your head to the other side if you wish to. And then bringing the knees back to stillness. We'll bring the knees into a knee hug and we'll rock from side to side. So knees to the chest. Rocking side to side. And then placing the hands on your knees, and we'll open up the knees and close the knees. So we're rocking in a different way. So it helps the back. You bring your lordosis, the curvature, the lumbar curvature in as you lift up your pelvis. It's rocking it. Rocking your back into the mat, flat onto the mat as you come in. So exhale as you come in. Inhale as you open up. Exhale, coming in. Now open up like that. Lovely. And then the other way. Bring exhale. So you're just bringing you're rounding in the other direction. Nice. Beginning to really calm the heart rate down now as well. Just starting to just like calm everything down. And then we'll bring from the knees in the chest, we're going to come up into happy baby. So taking hold of, you can use a strap here as well, taking hold of your feet if you can, and rocking, and rock yourself from side to side. So it's just lovely to have a bit of a rock of your back. And have a play around. So you might be in happy baby, then you might, I want to have straight legs. So you can take hold of your toes if you can, or your feet, or even just your even your thighs or calves, and you can just have like straight legs. I fancy some straight legs, and I count the spools bit in the way, but you can actually even have a wide leg stretch. So taking hold of wherever, it might be your inner thigh, but if it might be your big toes with your peace fingers, and you can have a little rock like that as well. So just having a little play around basically. And then gently bringing your feet back onto the mat. And we're going to find ourselves coming into Shavasana. So that's the final relaxation. So if you want to get warm, please do. So socks, jumper, anything like that, depending on how the temperature of the room you're in. You can have a blanket. Oh, I've got a blanket, that's nice. So I'm going to bring a blanket. So hopefully you've got one, if you want one. And even want a block or something, a cushion at home, whatever you've got. That's nice. I don't know about the blocks though for me. Maybe the block's not right for me. But it might be for you. So, and then you can place, even if you've got like maybe your scarf, or if you've got one of these eye pillow things, you can put it over, make yourself really nice and snug. And if you need to, lift up your, lift up your knees. And if you've got a bolster or an extra mat or cushions, you can put them under your knees and let your knees kind of rest down like that. Okay, so this coming into final relaxation. So you're completely relaxing your whole body. And I might end up sitting up, but that's okay. You don't have to follow me. So just keep lying down. So you're really relaxing your body. And feeling totally held by the mat. So the main thing is that your arms are just by your side and totally relaxed. Your feet are relaxed and open. Your head feels soft and heavy on the mat. And keep yourself in this relaxed position. Just all you can feel is this being held. So the earth beneath you is holding you. And feeling your body heavy, as gravity just allows you to sink back into the earth. And you're just completely held, completely supported. You're in a cocoon of security and protection, cocoon of resting and love. This is your time. This is your time to totally and completely rest. Your whole body is relaxed. Your whole body is relaxed. Just keeping resting. Giving yourself this time of deep rest. Giving yourself this time. When you're feeling ready, you may choose to carry on resting, and that's totally fine, highly recommended. But if you're feeling ready and you want to start to move your body, you can very gently start to move your fingers and your toes. Maybe even gently rock your head from side to side. You might bring your knees into your chest for a knee hug, to rock out your back. Then finding your way onto just resting a little bit. And then when you're ready, you can bring yourself up to seated. And it feels ready. With your eyes closed, or the soft eye gaze, bring the hands to the heart center in Namaste. And we'll close together by chanting the Om mantra 3 times and finishing with Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Breathing in. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Bring the hands up above the head, stretching high and opening up into Prana Mudra. Above the head, Energy Mudra. Taking 3 deep, life-affirming breaths. And bring the hands over the head and down through the centers. Sahasrara at the crown, Ajna at the third eye, Vishuddhi at the throat, and Anahata at the heart center. Namaste. And thank you so much for joining me. I'd love to hear your feedback. Yes, so if you're still resting, you might want to turn me off, because anyone who's not still resting and is okay to do so, I would love to hear if if it's all working properly. Actually, what happened, or because my computer started chugging a bit, and so I had to get up, and you might not even still be there. For all I know, I might have just been doing half that practice for myself with myself. So if you are still there, because my computer's behaving weirdly, and you're okay to do this, then I would love to hear that it went okay. I think it's saying my chat isn't working. So I will contact, instead of us doing this now, because my it's suggesting that my chat's not working. So I will say thank you very much, and I'll contact people individually and just see how it worked for you. So yeah, it's 11 o'clock, and so have a really, really, really lovely day, and thank you for coming. It's just really nice to share a class, and I hope it worked. I have no idea. Yeah, I really want to hear your feedback, like seriously. Okay, so loads of love, and I'm going to end the stream now.